Hey y'all, welcome back to Rich Talk, where we are rich in our mindsets and not in our pockets. So let's talk about it. So I wanted to talk about entitlement. Entitlement. Don't be so entitled because nobody owes you anything. Nobody owes us anything. And I don't know what's in the air right now, but it's like a lot of people are feeling entitled. And I mean, friends, families, foes, whatever. It's just like very much entitlement and feeling like they're entitled to whether the things that you have, the things that you are doing, the things that you don't want to do, the things you are no longer interested in, the things that you like and you don't like anymore, um, the changes that you're making, the things that you want, just feeling entitled to like every bit of thing that you have, everything that you want, everything that you desire, or the things that you no longer want and no longer desire. It's like feeling very much entitled to it and like you owe them something. And I just seen a thing too where like a girl was arguing with um she was arguing with an ex. Yeah, she was arguing with an ex, and the ex friend is like feeling some type of way about it even more than the ex. And it's like because the girl is like doing something totally different, excuse me, and wants to change something and you know not be kind of like would not be like in that relationship. And it's like, why do you feel some type of way? Why are you so entitled? Why are you so have your panties in a bunch? Why do you feel some type of way? Like, do you want the girl? Like, were you in a relationship with the girl? Were you screwing with a girl? Were you secretly, wanting a girl, behind the scenes or whatever case may be? Like, did she hurt you? Did she do something to you? Or like, why do you feel so entitled to feel some type of way or have some type of animosity or whatever the case may be when that has nothing to do with you? Really nothing to do with you. And it's like people have to stop feeling like people owe them something. People have to stop feeling like people can't change. People can't want different things. People can't desire different things. People can't change their minds, change their like feelings don't change. Like it's all a part of life. All of this is a part of life. All of this is a part of things that are gonna happen. And I know a lot of people. Some people are really stuck in one frame. Some people are really stuck in old ways and old things, and thinking that stuff is kind of forever supposed to be one way and haven't really matured, haven't really grown, haven't really seen nothing different kind of out of life than what they were taught, what they were doing and kind of immune to, what they haven't changed. And if they haven't changed or thought about changing or doing stuff different or, whatever it may be, then they're not going to see the differences. They're not going to know the differences. They're not going to know that's just what it is and that's what happens. And that's really a part of the game. And it's not even your job to get them to understand that, to make them understand that, to explain it to them. Like, they have to figure it out and learn it on their own. But I mean, if they keep pushing the bear and poking a button, you're going to eventually tell them about themselves and tell them, give them a nice little read real quick. Like, you know, work on yourself, figure it out for yourself, change yourself. Once you start doing these things, once you start seeing different things, once you start experiencing certain things, once you start trying different things, you're gonna notice the difference. You're gonna see the difference too. You might not want to do the same thing that you was doing before. You might not want to be so open with certain things when you see that half and half of the people are happy for you, half of the people aren't. You're not gonna be so open as you was before, because you're gonna be like, oh no, I see the differences. So to a certain extent, I should keep to myself. And then sometimes when you do share certain things, and I'm just going into different examples. When you share certain things and different things, and then you stop to do that, it's like people will feel a way about that too. Like, well, you told me such and such before, and now you're changing your mind. And you want to be private, and you don't want to tell too much. You don't want to give too many details. You don't want to go into that certain topic. You want to talk about something else, and the person is kind of stuck on the other topic because maybe you expressed it once or twice before, or something like that, and now they feel entitled to know that information. They feel entitled to get the ins and out, get the information. When no, it's not. It's not your business sometimes, and it's okay if you change your mind. It's normal if you don't want to you know conversate about that anymore. It's normal if you feel like this is not for you. This is changing. This was this way, and it did work out for that time being, but I don't want it to be that way anymore. I want it to be different. You are absolutely you are absolutely right, and you're absolutely okay, and you actually have that right to do that. And who feel like people who are like feeling like they have entitlement to certain stuff, they will try to make you feel like you can't do these things, you can't say these things, you can't want these things. Oh no, you can't change. I don't want you to change because I want you to stay the same, that you were here with me. I want you to just keep doing the things that you were doing with me. I or if you feel like, I don't want to tell you certain things anymore. Well, you should tell me. You need to tell me that. And it's like, why? No, you're like pushing up a bottle and bottle and bottle and bottle of entitlements and feeling entitled to me telling you certain things that I feel like are personal or I feel like are too private and I don't want to share. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. That's not that's not what it is. It's not a way to be, but it is a way that I see that like a lot of people are entitled in, I don't know, it's like weird, and the definition for entitlement is people feeling like they have the fact of having a right to something, you know, the amount to which a person has a right. Like they believe that they are like, deserving of certain things too, and certain privileges or certain treatment. Um, or like when it's, whether it could be money too, like they feel like they're entitled to a person's money. Or you have, certain kids and stuff like, when you grow and stuff like that feel like they're entitled to parents things and parents, you know assets or whatever the case may be. I think was it Bruce Lee or somebody, I think somebody I seen who said, oh, you can't, oh, not you can't, but I think he said like, um I don't think he was leaving his son a certain amount, or like it was his and this and that, and his son can like feel a certain way and feel like, I know I'm entitled to that because I'm your son, even if he feels like it or he doesn't. But if he was to say like, oh no, you're supposed to da, 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 like he would have, that would basically be like another example of like entitlement, like he feels entitled to it, but which I'm probably sure he doesn't. Pretty sure he worked hard and did his own thing, but it would be nice. But he, might have a sense of entitlement, and feel like, you owe me that. Like I should be deserving of that, and whatever the case may be. And to a certain extent, I feel like your kids should have rights to like your assets and stuff like that when we're talking about in a sense of that. But I feel like now, because everything is changing, that it should be, who did I see? I seen somebody where I think it was Dave Ramsey, where he had like specifics of this to this for this. Like, okay, you will receive this if you do X, Y, and Z, or if it is X, Y, and Z. Like, okay, I think that's right too. Like, to have certain things in writing, and certain things set up and kind of, organized, because I seen too before, like, well, old ways and stuff, like stuff that happened long times ago, that a lot of people that were that had kids and stuff ran through the money, blew the money on this, blew the money on that, because they kind of had the opportunity and they had the access to do whatever it was they wanted with it. It wasn't scripted, it wasn't organized, it wasn't set for a certain thing. So, you kind of just splurged and spent it on whatever. And I think it was him I seen too, where he said, like, you got to set intentions for your money and other things, because if not, then it might, it's gonna end up probably all over the place. It's not gonna end up the way you want it to, and yeah, it's probably gonna end up messy if you don't have a plan. So it's good to always have a plan. So yeah, people are just feeling, yeah, back to what I was saying, people are just feeling a little too entitled, and people have to stop feeling so entitled to stuff, whether it's people's personal business, um personal business, public business, business period, business in general. Stop feeling entitled to it. People changes, wants and needs, people they want to hang around with, people they don't want to hang around with, people they stuff that they want to tell you, stuff that they don't want to tell you, moves that they're making, moves that they're not making, whatever it is. Like, people feelings, things that they want to share, they don't want to share. Like, you're not obligated to do certain things, nothing for anyone, and no one is either. And no one is obligated or entitled to have the right to certain things that you don't want them to have the right to. And I think people need to just respect people's wishes and leave it at that. Stop trying to feel like you have to know things, or you have to be included in things, or you have the right to feel a way about certain things that kind of don't really have nothing to do with you, like, all in all. So yeah, so I wanted to talk about that, and I'll talk to y'all later.